What's going on, you guys? You got Coach Zoe here with Simple Mom Fitness, and we are going to be doing a calisthenics for the lower body workout. All right, all legs, all lower body, all burn with nothing except our body weight. So let's get started with a jumping jack, nice and easy, keeping it loose, keeping it light. Good. And while we're here, we're going to cut those feet forward and back for a scissor style jumping jack. Staying on the balls of our feet, let's keep those knees and ankles loose and relaxed. That way the impact is not too hard. And bring it up for some butt kicks. Good, let's widen our stance so it's kind of like a side to side mini speed skater, right? Pump your arms with it. About 5 more seconds, and we'll switch it up in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, plant your feet. Let's hinge down, just like a deadlift. So drawing that belly in can be a nice tall spine even as we hinge. All right, shoulders are back, chest is proud. Don't worry about reaching for the floor because then you'll compromise your posture. You want to draw those shoulders back. Today's workout is going to work. We have a couple segments, but we're going to have 5 rounds, 5 different little circuits of 30 seconds at each exercise. Then we'll have a 30-second rest. Let's drop down with a squat now. Keeping those feet about hip width, maybe a little bit wider. Taking your time to lower into your squat as needed. So if you're still a little stiff, don't start at a full depth squat. Go ahead and just take it to about parallel and then slowly increase. And then after we have a circuit, we'll go through a little burner, all right, for about a minute. You'll have a 30-second rest, and then we move on to the next circuit. So 1 and done for each circuit. And we'll build up the intensity through that circuit as we go through. All right, and let's just step back with some lunges. So today's workout, since it's all body weight, we're using only our body as the resistance to dictate the intensity. So how do we up the intensity? Good. And let's step those feet together. Go ahead and reach down to that floor. Step it out to a plank. Pull that belly in. And just hold strong. From here, you're going to hinge back to a down dog. All right, let those knees bend softly. You're going to slowly lower your knees towards the floor. Don't touch. Once you're at this almost parallel with your shins position, you're going to shoot forward, driving for it into your plank, and then shift back to a down dog. So you'll feel a lot of activation around the knee and in the quad. All right, so slowly lower down. Drive forward. Hinge back. Do it again, slowly lower. Drive forward and hinge back. Last one. Lower, drive forward, and hinge back. All right, so we're gonna step that right foot next to the right hand as far as you can. Let's just find a little rock. Switch sides. All right, and get on your feet. So super simple. We're gonna be starting off with squats. I'm just going to tell you what we're doing as we get to it. All right, but you will have a full 30-second rest after each circuit and after each burner. 5 seconds and we have those squats to begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's see your squats. So how do we build up that intensity, right? With just our body weight. Typically if we have weights, we use a higher weight, or maybe we go a little more explosive. Same thing with our body weight. We manipulate the movement, the exercise, so that either way we're carrying more weight of our body, right? Or we increase the intensity by making it a more powerful movement. All right, we're gonna stay low. All right, and we're gonna pulse. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. So not a lot of change in our depth. All right, it's not a hold, right? It's kind of like an isometric exercise, right? But we're doing that small hinge. Let's maybe reach forward to keep that chest proud. Make sure you're drawing your belly in. Eyes ahead of you. Really dig those heels in. Lift up your big toe. Good. Stand up. Next, we're going to slowly lower down and powerful up. You can jump or you could just be powerful on your stance. So slowly lower, powerful up. Slowly lower, power up. Again, so notice I'm not leaving the ground if I'm keeping it on impact. Power up. Or you can jump. Try to get as tall as you can if you're going to jump. We're just going heel to toe. Really thrust those hips forward. All right, and rest. So our circuit is 3 moves, all right, 3 different moves, so 90 seconds of work. We have a 30-second rest now, and then we have a minute of a burner. So a calisthenic, still, body weight, burner, a little more of a cardio move. But because this is a calisthenic workout, we're gonna focus on making it a little more intense, right? A little more strength focused for each cardio move. So speed skaters, but we're gonna stay very low. If we're not in impact, just take a very big step. But let's get started. We're here for a minute, okay? So don't worry about your speed, right? Worry about that depth, because you will still get that burn. You're still gonna get that cardio push, okay? But we're going to really fatigue the muscles here. And that's our goal with this burner. Good, and we're about halfway. So again, big jump. Lateral moves are always great, especially for ladies, in building up that hip strength, which is supportive for our knees, right? Supportive for our low back. So always, as much as I can, I like to build in at least some lateral movement, usually some rotational, right? We're reaching across the body with this speed skater. Good, 5 seconds. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1, full rest. All right, so first circuit done, first burner done. Next, we're gonna work in lunges. So we're going to only stay on one side. We're gonna start with reverse lunges. You'll start with one leg. Whatever leg starts is the only leg that's going to move, okay? So we're gonna step back with a reverse lunge and then step it up. Okay, so let's begin. So step back with a reverse lunge and step it up. Draw that belly in, shoulders back, chest proud. When you step up out of that lunge, I want you to be strong with the front leg, because really this front leg is doing pretty much all the work right now. I guess I should have switched sides for you. But this front leg is doing all of the work for me right now. Also notice, shoulders, hips, knee, one big line. All right, take that step back and lower down into your pulse. So, because we still want this burn, right? We want to up the intensity for this leg. Okay, we want to keep most of the weight up here. Just a touch and a balance out of this back leg, okay? Yes, this knee is bending, but this is the leg doing the work, right? Or doing most of the work. So, hands on your hips. I like to put my hands on the hips because it forces me to roll those shoulders back. All right, so we're gonna come from that lunge, drive up hard with the knee. Down with our lunge, up hard with the knee. Again, this front leg is doing most of that work. We can come up with a skip, or we can just drive forward like so if you want to keep it on impact. It's not about your speed, boom, it's about your intention of the movement. So really dig that heel down as you explode up. Almost there, then you have your break. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so that leg's on fire. Now we're gonna do our burner, all right? And then we'll do the other side. So I know you're gonna feel a little lopsided. It's okay. All right, so notice how our length of time helps to increase the burn, right? The workload, that time under tension, and then manipulating the exercise itself, how it's performed, the range of motion, right? Really changes that. So we have a side-to-side shuffle. So whatever space you have to work with, if you're in like a yoga max amount of space, you could just do one shuffle and then down. If you're not in impact, same thing, step, 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 step. All right, regardless of what version you're doing, whether it's a double shuffle or a single shuffle, right? Let's keep those hips low. We are halfway through already, right? I'll mix it up so you can see And I also want you to keep those hips down, 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 because again, we're trying to keep those muscles active, really engaged. So belly in, chest proud, even though we're hinged. We got about 10 more seconds left, so dig deep, right? Again, not about the pace, it's about the intention that we have with our movement. For 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo! All right, 30 seconds. Now we're gonna do the other side. So same lunge circuit, but now for that other leg. So whatever leg was in the front, it's gonna be in the back. Okay. So my left leg was the one that was in the front at all times. That means that leg's gonna be doing the movement, right? I'll step that leg back. So I want my right leg forward. Woo! Tough. Starting with our reverse lunge, let's begin. So we're stepping back, shoulders are back, chest is proud, eyes are up. You want to add a little extra core work. You can even reach overhead, right? Adding weight to our core now. Our arms are up. Good. 90 degrees at each knee, regardless if you touch the floor. All right, step it back on a pulse. So, whew, into my balance. So again, just a few inches up and down. We're not going far. Check in with that posture, with that upper body. Okay, dig your heel in, lift up your big toe. Woo! Feeling that leg burn. And if you're feeling that first side on fire, okay, that's okay. You should be. But this is the one that's really doing the work. We're gonna drive that knee up. Let's begin. So that back foot is lowering down, and then trying forward with the knee. Either coming up onto the toes or up with a step. Okay. So we're only here for 30 seconds. So really drive hard through that front foot. You're gonna feel that booty a little bit. Okay. Lots of lower body work right now. Boom. Hard drive. Boom. Think you're trying to break a board with your knee when you come up. Really powerful and rest. Woo! All right. Next, I know you all are going to love me so much for this, but we have burpees. I know burpees have that push-up in there, so there's some upper body, so we're gonna whine about it, but I don't wanna hear it. They will make you tough, so shut up, get ready to rock and roll. We got burpees. 1 minute, let's go. All the way down and all the way up. If we're modifying, we could step back, right, and step in, and then come onto the toes, or we can put our hands on the couch, or on a stool, or on a chair, and lower down that way. If we absolutely cannot do that push-up, you're giving me a shoulder tap, okay? But remember, it's not a strict push-up. It's kind of a gradual letdown. So it's a really good way to build up your push-ups. Actually, that's how I built my push-ups up pretty quick, is by a lot of burpees. I'm out of breath, I'm still pushing, not as much weight, okay? Helping myself to build that core strength. We got 10 seconds, a couple more reps. Let's dig deep, come on, stay with it. Deep breaths, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right, we have 2 more circuits and 2 more burners, so we're already almost there, right? You can still get quite a bit of work, quite a bit of intensity with no added equipment. We're actually gonna give our lungs a little break. You're welcome. Okay, and we're gonna come down for a bridge. So, flat back, feet flat on the floor, knees are up. We're gonna start just lifting those hips up and lower down. Let's begin. So when you lift up, get that full squeeze in the glutes. You're gonna feel some activation in the hamstrings, and you should feel some activation in that low back. So if you're about here, give me a little more. Right, think about the fact that you're gonna be pressing into the top of your shoulders when you're at that full extension of the hips. Okay, so big squeeze here. All right, after this, we're gonna go right then left. So Right leg in the air, lift up. Left leg in the air, lift up. I like to bring my feet to center because I feel like I have a little more leverage, a little more control. I'm pretty weak here with these single leg glute lifts, especially after having a baby. So if you notice, try to bring your feet together before you start. Good, notice I'm not kicking up. I'm just lifting the leg and then raising. All right, on your hands, we got break dancers. So you're gonna reach and lift the hips. So lifting as I touch my foot. If that's too hard, right, you're just here, okay? But if not, let's get a little extra core in there, right? I like to sneak in that core whenever possible. We got less than 10 seconds. Make sure if you're here, you're still getting those hips high at the top for 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so our burner. Now, we're gonna stay on the ground. Our burner here, I know it's not so much lower body, okay? A little bit of core, a little bit of upper. We're gonna do mountain climbers, but, okay, remember when we're in a plank, your legs are still active. So much activation through the quad, all right? Your glutes are gonna be activating as you draw the leg back right after the knee tuck. So let's begin. Don't focus on going super fast right now. Just focus on getting a nice steady rhythm, full range of motion, right? We're not here. If we're not in impact, you can still push it, right? Without jumping. But we're not going boom, right? My hips are staying even. Pulling that belly in. Woo! Hold your plank whenever you need a break, but don't come out of it, okay? Push that pace. Make sure you're not back here, right? This isn't doing anything for you either. I know those shoulders are gonna cry a little bit. Let them. Toughen up, right? Pull that belly in. Woo! We got 15 seconds. Stay strong. Keep going, 10 seconds. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling it. Drive it hard for 3, 2, 1, on your feet. All right, our 5th and final circuit of the day. All right, then we have our final burner. So we're gonna just mix up all 3 movements. So what we have is a squat, a lunge, and a deadlift. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, single-sided. So you're gonna stagger your stance, all right, keep some width, squat down, lunge, hinge. Let's begin. So I know that squat feels like pretty close to the lunge, but notice where my hips sit. So when I squat down, my hips come a little more forward. When I lunge, they sink a little farther back. And then the hinge. So squat, they come almost straight down. Lunge, I come back towards that back foot a little more. And then our hinge. I know it feels a little funky. Work with it. Switch sides. So you might be able to see a little better this time. But again, squat, right? Now I'm sitting back for the lunge and hinging. It's not a big difference, okay? It's not gonna look like a big difference, but you'll feel that shift, right? You're gonna feel some more work in that back leg when you do your lunge. Again, squat. Most of the weight's in that front foot during the squat. Lunge, I'm feeling the back foot. And now a deadlift. All right, plant your feet even. We have both legs, all 3 movements. So 1 squat, 1 lunge, 1 deadlift. Squat, let's push that pace. Lunge, deadlift. Squat, lunge, deadlift. Again, squat, lunge, deadlift. Keep it up. Squat, lunge, and deadlift. Boom. Squat, lunge, and deadlift. Rest. Okay, final burner, kind of interval style. Still burning out that lower body. So we're gonna do 2 jumping jacks, 4 butt kicks, 6 high knees, okay? So for not impact, we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's get started. 2 jack, 4 butt kick, and 6 high knees. 2 jack. 4 butt kick, and 6 high knees. 2 jack. 4 butt kick, 6 high knees. 2 jack. 4 butt kick, 6 high knees. I want you to really amp it up for those high knees. 2, 3, 2 jumping jacks. 4 butt kicks, 6 high knees. 2 jack. 4 jumping, 4 butt kicks, 6 high knees. Keep it going. We got 15 seconds. Amp it up. 1, 2, 3. 2 jumping jacks. 4 butt kicks. And 6 high knees. Done. Very nice job. Very nice job. Let's take it to a cool down. Woo! Catch your breath. Let's just start with a mini modified skater. So just a moderate size step, side to side. Shaking out those hips, shaking out the legs. Good, feet together. Big arm circles onto your toes and then to your heels. Toes, heels. I know it's all upper body, or all lower body, all legs. Why are we doing arm circles? We did some mountain climbers and burpees. All right, let's shake out those shoulders a little bit. All right, now we're just gonna slowly walk out with that butt kick. Really think of it like a hamstring curl. And let's open the door, right? Big hip circle, open the door. Whew. How are we feeling? Right, pretty good calisthenic workout. So again, body weight movements. Okay, you don't need extra equipment, you can still kill it. Okay, it's really about control, right? That muscle control, that motor control. Let's drop down to a squat. Get as low as you can. If this isn't doable, right, if you're here, that's fine. Okay, press against your knees. And then let's drop those heads down. Soft bend in the knees. Just kind of rock it side to side. Right, we really want to focus on building stable control over the muscles when we do our calisthenics. We don't have any outside source, right? Drop down to your squat again. Lift up. And hips in the air. Rock it side to side. Woo! Very nice job. All right, let's circle those hips around. So notice that's why we went through a full range of motion for a movement. We would do like a pulse, right? We did that for our first 3. And then we did that slow and power for our squat. When we did that lunge to a knee, right, we're slow and controlled on the way down, and we're powerful on the way up. We did our bridges, okay? That break dancer, again, more of the power move, okay? When we had to do our right versus our left leg, it takes a lot more control, right? Focusing with our mind, focusing with our body. Go ahead and rest. Focusing with our mind and body to do just one side, right? It's a lot weaker when you do one leg. And then finally, when we did, right, our complex of our squat, our lunge, and our hinge, okay? A lot of instability since it's on one leg, okay? We're changing movements. And then we could be powerful when we did both legs on each side. So anyways, that was your calisthenics for legs workout. All right, I will see you on the next one. Stay strong, stay tough.